Donald Trump and Ted Cruz hate each other. We all know it. We can see and hear the evidence every single day. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton hate each other. Ditto on the we all know it and everyone can see it every single day line of thinking. But this is politics, the American brand, where haters become best buds and where the smart person preps for what is to come or risks getting buried when the roll is actually called. There will not be a test on this history lesson, but those involved at the ground level need to understand what could already be in the offing. Okay? Pleasure to welcome back the New York Times bestselling author with the new tome, Last Act, The Final Years and Emerging Legacy of Ronald Reagan, presidential historian Craig Shirley. All right, Mr. Shirley, let's get right to it. There they are. They hate everybody right now. They can't stand everybody. But knowing how you know presidential politics, would you be shocked at all if, as we are speaking right now, somebody way in the background, in the Cruz and or the Kasich, maybe the Trump campaign, are all sitting there talking about VP possibilities?
Surprised, Ed, although this current crop of consultants I don't think is as forward-thinking or as, quite honestly, as smart or sophisticated as a lot of others in the past. You know, Gerald, famously examples is that Gerald Ford in 1976, after he lost to Ronald Reagan, absolutely refused to ask Reagan to be on the ticket with him, when it probably, if he had done so, would have unified the convention. He probably would have beaten Carter. Reagan was popular in the Cotton South and would have helped him in delegate-rich states like New Jersey and Pennsylvania, where you know the term Reagan Democrat had not emerged, but everybody understood Reagan's appeal with culturally conservative Democrats. But you know, John Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson absolutely despised each other. Mrs. Kennedy made jokes about the Johnsons behind their back, and yet they did go under the gun, so to speak, and marry at the political altar. And he helped Kennedy carry Texas. I say the word carry advisedly because they probably stole Texas. But political, you know, political unions are a matter of convenience, and to win, you have to be convenient sometimes.
But is it fair to say that what we have seen this year is so unique? It is such a fractured party on both sides, and the hate and the vileness that goes on between them right now. You got people sitting, there's no way they could possibly get together, even if it was political expediency.
Well, that's you know, what remains to be seen, Ed, is that and there's divided conventions tend to lose in the fall because one of the few times where all the American people are really watching. United conventions tend to win in the fall. This is going to be interesting because both conventions are going to be united. So it's going to be the question of which party patches things up the best, and which puts their problems behind them, and which promotes or projects a unified front to the American people is more likely to be the winning party. But you know, right now, looking at Philadelphia and Cleveland from our vantage point, it looks like you know, both parties are in the state of perpetual civil war right now, and they're never going to patch up their differences.
So let's look at that then, the contested convention. Here we are, and it's, when you read and look and take in everything that happened in Wisconsin, it's almost a guarantee the Republicans are going to have one. Bernie Sanders and his people swear they're going to try and get to one. All right, but what does history teach us now, Craig, politically speaking? As we are at this stage right now, still a couple of months out, and the possibility of that contested convention, what should the smart people be doing in order to get ready for what will happen that first and second night?
Well, first of all, there's a difference between a contested convention, a brokered convention, and an open convention. Both parties right now, by definition, have contested conventions simply because they got more than one person vying for the nomination, and nobody has enough delegates right now for a first ballot nomination. So by definition, they are both going to be contested conventions. They may well be brokered conventions, and by brokered, it means horse trading. It means Rubio gives his 150 delegates to Donald Trump to go on the ticket with Donald Trump, or Kasich gives his delegates to Ted Cruz to form a unity ticket to stop Donald Trump. Is that so? But an open convention would be basically where none of the contestants right now gets the nomination, and somebody, Paul Ryan or Mitt Romney or somebody else, comes out of the blue and becomes the nominee of the Republican Party. That would constitute an open convention. So, but I mean, the smart money right now is trying to figure out how to unify the party and how to unify its message and how to unify its platform. I frankly don't think it's going to happen, but that would be what smart people would be doing right now.
But about 30 seconds left here. Would it be fair to say that those smart people are already, as we speak right now, cutting those deals to get those delegates and to figure out which ones may switch and how to basically feather their own nest?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Delegates go to conventions, as you know, is that they don't always have lofty thoughts about the country and the party and the future. Some of them just want rides on Air Force One or be invited to the White House for a state dinner. So you have to figure out what each of these delegates wants and who their bartender is or who their minister or their rabbi is or what they're telling them.
No, come on, Craig. You're not talking about political favors now under the table. Oh, please.
I may be.
Please, Craig, come on. This is all above board. This is politics now. Nobody would dare do anything like that.
At all.
Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat there. I think it's going to be there until November. Craig Shirley, thanks so much for joining us, my friend. Talk to you soon. Hey, learning all about real journalism from a 9-year-old. Next on The Hardline.